You are tuning into Enjoyment Radio, music for us, by us. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, and you tuned into Enjoyment Cafe on Enjoyment Radio. It's your girl, Avida Rae, and I'm here with our lovely DJ Nemesis, and my co-host, Paul Menta Anku. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good, and I pray it will be a good week for us all, despite the various issues here and there. But hey, it's going to be a good week, so if you're listening to us, make sure you have some positive energy, man.
Yes.
Because the news down here some way. On Saturday, some unfortunate news of a man dying over 2 seaters, fair increments,
But we're going to talk about that a little bit later because there's been an update.
Yeah.
There's been some conflicting news that he may not have actually died. So we'll talk
then
about that very soon.
That's good. That's better.
Exactly.
So I'm feeling okay now.
Exactly. We have Tropical Fiesta news for you guys. Wow. It is a new week, so we have we have 2 new Finish Line artists involved as well. Coming up next, we have your weather and your motivational quote for the day, and a little bit later we'll have the issue of the day and our Man Crush Monday. All right, so you guys stay tuned. If you're locked in with us for the first time, we are available on all social media outlets. That's at We Are Enjoyment Radio on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. On YouTube, we're available at Enjoyment Radio Live. And don't forget to be interactive with us on Twitter at Enjoyment_radio. All right, guys? That's Enjoyment Radio, music for us, by us. You are tuning into Enjoyment Radio, music for us, by us. And we are back. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. It is Monday, and you're tuned into Enjoyment Cafe on Enjoyment Radio. So it is Monday, so we have a new week of lots of fun stuff for you guys here on Enjoyment Radio. But for today, let's get started with the motivational quote of the day. So the motivational quote of the day is from John Wooden. We have it on our social media on Twitter and Facebook, so you can tune in there and be interactive with us. And it goes as follows. Success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to become the best of which you are capable. Paul, what do you think?
I see. So this is to sort of remind us not to redirect all our attention to necessarily money stuff, kind of success, but rather, if you've accomplished any form of goal, it should be some level of success, and if it's linked to peace of mind, then that is it, right?
And I feel like when you're honest with yourself, sometimes you're successful and you know that whatever work you have done to attain that success, you know that you could have done more. Like everyone knows their strength, right? Or that you should know your strength. But I find when you know that you did your absolute best, you have peace of mind with the success that you currently have. Because you know you used all of your ability, all of your resources to gain it, and it's worth it, and what's meant for you is for you, right?
On your own measurement.
Exactly. So that's a very, very good one.
Good,
So we want to hear what you guys think of that as well. So hit us up on our Instagram and Twitter pages as well, okay, guys? However, we do want to remind you to vote for the new Finish Line Artist of the Week. So just for anyone that's just tuning in, we like to make 2 artist battle week by week from Monday to Thursday. On Friday, we have the last battle and we announce the winner. So for this week, it is La Même Gang versus Asaka. So we'll be playing some of their tunes every single day for you guys this week up until Friday. So we want to know from you guys, who do you think is going to win? So Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, man, this one is also a very close call. I used to love La Même Gang until recently. I've not really heard much from them, but and it also in recent time it's been the Asaka boys coming up with drill, doing amazing stuff and taking that particular style to the global stage. The likes of Yao Tog coming from that side and doing stuff with Stormzy and all that.
Exactly.
So interesting pitch up,
I think it's going to be close as well because I feel like La Même Gang has more of a foundation because we've known them longer. They've been around. But Asaka boys they've come in and they've come in hard. So let's see what happens.
Coming in real hard.
Exactly. So let's see what happens. We want to hear from you guys. I think so far we have a few posts up here on our Twitter pages. But regardless, this stays up for the whole week. So don't feel shy. Please go up on there. We want to be interactive with you as well. All right. So when we're coming back, we'll talk a little bit about Tropical Fiesta and we have our Man Crush Monday. You are tuning into Enjoyment Radio, music for us, by us. Hello, guys, and we are back on Enjoyment Cafe. You're tuning into Enjoyment Radio. That was DJ Nemesis with our Enjoyment Party, and I'm here with Paul Menta Anku as well. Coming up a little bit later, we have the big issue. But for right now, it is Monday, so as usual, we're going to do our Man Crush Monday, where we dedicate the day for a Ghanaian celebrity, entertainer, whatever the case may be. So for today, we are going to honor Peter Mensah. That's actor Peter Mensah. So Peter Mensah is 63 years old. He was actually born in Chira, where it is in the Bono region of Ghana. He is of Ghanaian, Canadian, and British nationality. All right, guys. So if you're familiar with Spartacus, that's the biggest one. Yeah. The series Spartacus, he was in all of them. So I think there's Blood and Sand, Goddess of the Arena, and Vengeance as well. He was also in the movies Tears of the Sun, The Incredible Hulk, and 300. All right, guys. So that is Peter Mensah as well. All right. So Paul, if you were to name a Ghanaian actor outside of Ghana, who would it be? I know a few weeks ago we did Idris Elba.
Idris Elba comes up, but I think Peter Mensah, right? It's also good. I think he was in was it 300 or
300? I watched 300. Yeah, 300. I haven't watched Tears of the Sun, but I heard it's very good.
Yeah, it's 300 I've watched, and he did so well.
Very well.
So I mean, there are a handful of them. I wish there could be more, so we can see them often. But
there's one actor. Maybe he's not Ghanaian. I thought he was, or maybe he's half Ghanaian.
Yeah.
He's in the spin-off. Well, I don't know if we should call it spin-off, but I'll call it spin-off. He's in the spin-off of Game of Thrones, which is House of the Dragon.
Okay.
I have to figure out his name, but I'm pretty sure he's Ghanaian as well. Yeah. But I find there's a few of them, but they're not full Ghanaian. Maybe they're half Ghanaian, or they weren't born here in Ghana, which is fine as well because they're still Ghanaian. Yeah. But so you guys are doing a great job.
Peter Mensah.
We'll be coming up very shortly with the brief, which will be all of the entertainment, sports news, and we're going to talk a little bit about yesterday's address and see how a lot of you guys feel about what was said, what wasn't said, if you expected it to go that way. So we're going to be back with that very shortly. But we do want to talk to you guys about Tropical Fiesta. So there's 5 weeks left.
Yeah.
We're not going to keep repeating it. 5 weeks left until Tropical Fiesta, guys. Okay, we're going to be doing some giveaways here at Enjoyment Radio. However, if you do want to buy any of the tickets, they're available at YFM and Accra Mall. They're available at Nalum's Filling Clothing, all Avida Cafe locations, Casablanca Men's Grooming Store, Frosty Moon. There's various places around the city as well. You can go on the website tropicalfiesta.com for all of your stay ball packages, guys. That's 60 hours of raving non-stop fun at Treasure Island in Ada. All of your favorite DJs and presenters from Enjoyment Radio will be there, and we just started to announce the newest artists who have been locked in to perform. Just because you see an artist on the bill to perform, there's still going to be other artists and celebrities there attending as guests as well. You don't want to miss it, all right, guys? That's Tropical Fiesta, all right? So we'll be back very shortly, and we'll have all of our entertainment and sports news for you guys coming up next.
You are tuning into Enjoyment Radio, music for us, by us.
And we are back. It is 11:48 a.m. in the lovely city of Accra. And you're tuning into Enjoyment Cafe on Enjoyment Radio. That was DJ Nemesis on the ones and twos. This is your girl Avida Rae, and I'm here with Paul Menta Anku. So, Paul, what's going on in entertainment and sports?
Oh, man, a lot. But first of all, let me say big ups to man like Nemesis. Charlie, the song is just dropped right now from Beef for Bona, right?
Yeah.
Dear God, I think it's a song that resonates with the times and season right now. So guys, welcome. It's time for the brief, all the happenings from entertainment and sports. In sports, we'll do some bit of what's happening with Ghanaian players abroad. You know, some 20 days away from the World Cup, and we'd like to know how our players are doing abroad. But in the entertainment world this weekend, it was Blacko weekend. Yes. The Ghana Music Awards UK was held on Saturday in London, and Black Sherif was the biggest winner on the night. He swept 3 awards on the night, including the prestigious Artist of the Year. So he won the new Artist of the Year as well as the Hip Life Hip Hop Song of the Year with his hit song Kweku the Traveler. He beat competition from Kim Promise, Kidi, Sarkodie, Kwame Eugene, Akwabwa, Stoneboy, Celestine Donko, and Diana Hamilton to win that particular category, the Artist of the Year category. So congrats to Black Sherif.
That's big. Congratulations.
Yeah. Sad Boy is doing amazing things to put a smile on our faces.
Yeah, I know. I saw Diana Hamilton perform. Yeah. Sefa performed as well. I know Mona for real won.
So I think Mona was supposed to be that particular video. New artist category as well, but then she won video.
Yeah, she won video of the year. So very, very good, guys.
So all the best to all the winners at the just ended Ghana Music Awards.
Yeah.
UK. Elsewhere to a bit of controversy. I'm sure in a bit we'll see. Anyway, let's get into it. Ace radio presenter Abeku Agri Santana has apologized to Ghanaian high life musician Miss Bell for calling her a former artist. Now, Abeku wrote on his social media, and I quote, "I'm sorry for calling Miss Bell a former artist," end of quote. And in a sharp rebuttal, Miss Bell also tweeted, "You call this an apology? LOL, hashtag Asibolanga." And just so you know, Asibolanga is Miss Bell's new song and is making wave already. So let's see how this goes, back and forth, back and forth. Some are saying that it is all helping to promote Miss Bell's new song.
Yeah. But for the last, I think, week, they've been going back and forth.
Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. And it all started to when our very own Chief One was in an interview with Abeku Santana, and then he said that he would like to do a song with Miss Bell. And then Abeku said, "Look, hey, Miss Bell, a former musician." And now he has come out to apologize on that particular one.
It's very tricky because no matter how long an artist has been out of the game, unless they say they're retiring, we can't say former. Even the ones that have claimed to retire, it's happened everywhere, even outside of Ghana, where someone says they retire and then you still see them on features, or they come back with like a 10-year anniversary album. So it's some celebrities do take it very sensitive, like even former actress, like everyone's like that. But I feel like it's just, we have to be very careful with our wording.
With some of these crafts, you can't say former.
It's true.
You can say former footballer.
Yeah.
Because you're done, you're tired, you can't play again.
Exactly. Your contract is ended. With music, with acting, with dancing.
We've seen people do music on wheelchair. We've seen people do music, at age 80
exactly.
plus. So I don't believe there's anything as former musician. So he has apologized on that one. But let's talk about, on the foreign scene, something quite interesting. American singer Ashanti has revealed her plans to visit Ghana this December.
All right.
So she has added to the list, the tall list of celebrities across the globe who will be visiting Ghana. And before we go for that particular audio, let me say something. In recent time, the issue of Beyond the Return and Year of Return has been like one of the best things to happen in recent time. If there's anything I'll remember of this government, it should be tourism for me. If there's anything, that's the highest points for me.
And I hope it's something that they continue because for a lot of countries, not even countries, but for a lot of cities, tourism really, really adds to their economy if it's done in the right way. So if we're going to keep using Beyond the Return and things like that, it needs to be capitalized and commercialized the right way because it can really bring in some really, really good numbers for us. Because even when COVID hit, a lot of countries that are known just as tourist cities, like if you were to actually do a survey, you would actually see that like less than 50% of the people that are there are actually residents, whereas the majority of them are tourists. Those type of cities, they've actually said their numbers as to how much money they lost during COVID because tourism is what drives that city. Economy, so it's not even just about December. I feel like there's other months where we can capitalize on tourism. Easter, for example, the summer months like July and August, for example. It's very, very important. But obviously, December, you know me, I don't like to say December because I find a lot of people come in January and there's still a lot of good events in January. So I would say the 6 weeks from December to mid January is very, very important for us. And I feel like we should do our best to keep it up and capitalize on that.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. And then we shouldn't just be all happy about how they come in, but then we should be able to see something physical, as in tangible. So, but let's get into sports, and it's just 20 days away from the World Cup, and I don't know, it looks like we're not feeling the euphoria around town. I don't know, because Ghana is going to the World Cup, but if you ask me,
I think
it's just 20 days.
I think fans don't want to get themselves too hyped up.
And then get disappointed. Because usually you see jerseys.
But you are right, though. There hasn't really been anything around town. At the same time, we're also in the economic climate where people's brain, like everyone's mind, like they know that the World Cup is coming, but their mind is somewhere else. Because if you have those vendors that are going to come and set up the flags
and the jerseys,
how many people are actually going to buy it right now? That's the thing, right? But you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So let's take a quick look at how some Ghanaian players are doing abroad. Thomas Partey scored a screamer as Arsenal thumped Nottingham Forest 5-0. And in Spain, Inaki Williams scored the match winner in Athletic Bilbao's 1-0 win over Villarreal in La Liga, right? So back to England, Daniel Amate played full 90 minutes as Leicester City lost by a lone goal against Manchester City. Tariq Lamptey enjoyed some good time. He played in that particular game. Brighton, they won over Chelsea 4-1. Jeffrey Schlupp and Jordan Ayew featured in Crystal Palace's 1-0 win over Southampton. And in that particular game, we saw Mohamed Salisu also play for the Saints Southampton. So Ghanaian players doing well abroad. I mean, not just England and Spain, but across from the Netherlands to Belgium and France and what have you. So that's it by way of the brief this morning.
All right, thank you, Paul, for that. So before we end off the brief, I think we'll just tie this into the brief as well. Yesterday, the president did his address. And, you know, not all political parties and men of power, when they're about to make an announcement, actually announce it so many days before. Like some people, it's in the morning that their communications office would end up saying, oh, so-and-so is going to be making an announcement later on today. But we were given about 3 to 4 days notice, if I'm not mistaken. So given that we as citizens right now have been waiting for him to speak, and then we were given those 3 to 4 days notice, I think a perception was given that something big was going to be announced. And unfortunately, the majority of everybody on social media, and even when you're just talking about it in general, even on YouTube, people are not satisfied with what was said. At the beginning, I don't know if this was said to kind of like make light of the situation. I really don't hope it was serious.
And it went wrong.
But he used a Parisian term in French, and then he said it in English, and then he said it in Tree. He said "Sika enye dede," and that alone already angered people at the very beginning of the speech. And I keep seeing that clip everywhere because the main thing that we want to hear from you is about the money situation and the economy.
We don't want to hear
so I don't know who his PR communications people are, if he wrote it or if I don't know what happened, but that was very tricky.
And some people have said that it's a bit of
like a slap in the face,
sabotage or something in terms of those who wrote that particular thing on there for him to read.
I don't know,
because it overshadowed
the whole thing.
If there were any positives, it overshadowed the positives.
Exactly, because even if he was trying to say something to encourage us or to let us know what the plans were, by saying that, it's his way of saying, don't complain. It's just money. Which, in a way, I kind of understand, but this is people's livelihood. And money's not everything, but we still need money for way of life. And when people cannot afford to pay for things and it's evolving their way of life, their survival, they're going to talk. So that's where the day is coming from. So I don't know. Because
there were other things I believe were going to be positives from the speech. For instance, I mean, government still maintains the 30% salary cuts for appointees, you know, and it's a good thing. And some people are even saying it should go more than 30%. So this should be like the highlights. There were 12 pointers, right? So highlights. How do we get out of the woods? How do we
talking about the IMF
tackle
and everything?
The IMF? How do we tackle, fuel prices? How do we dollar issues? Or 12 points in there. We're hearing that the Minister of Information is saying that, going forward in the coming weeks, we'll be seeing more updates. And I pray that it's going to be when all the pointers are being achieved, you know? Issues of poultry farmers, right? And people have said that some of the pointers are just rehashing old stories.
But see, that's the thing. We have to be fair because none of these things are gonna be done overnight. So sometimes there are certain people that actually want to hear the update on whatever you talked about previously. That's how I am too. Because if you talk to me about something that we're putting into place or implementing,
let's see how it's going.
Later on, I want to know how it's going. So I was okay with him talking about certain things that we've already spoken about earlier on in the year because as the quarters keep going, we're already almost at the end of the fourth quarter and we're already basically at the end of the year. Where are the funds coming from? We've already known that the budget for this year has gone down the drain, right? So people want to know about other things. So I thought that was very good, but it looks like other people did not like that at all.
It should be a bit refreshing to hear the Minister, Honorable Kojo Oponkroma, say that going forward, the President would update us, because he was on, some other platforms this morning saying that the 12 pointers, some of the things will be happening, and then, for instance, the poultry farmers, they have some peculiar issue going on, and then you know what? It's not new because, for instance, the BNF Times have been quoting and mentioning the challenges of these poultry farmers. And now the president have put it in his speech we've heard this. We want solutions. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, well, it will be a bit reassuring to hear that going forward, he'll be updating us on what has been happening so far regarding this same speech. You get it? So basically, we want results. We want results moving forward. So it's just unfortunate that the whole thing is now about the jokes. You can't pay the day and l'argent, le pas, le bruit, what.
I laughed at first, and then I was like, oh man, I really wish you didn't do that. No, another clip I saw over the weekend, I believe it was on Saturday, was a lady at Neiman Market. She's a vendor there. She sells like party items and disposables. Party items and disposables. So she asked one of her workers to bring her ribbon. And she said right now she's selling this ribbon for 16 cities. And then she also stated that she ran out, so she quickly went into Accra and they were selling that for 26 cities. So when she comes back, is she supposed to sell that for her 16 cities and keep her customers, or is she supposed to add a little bit more and make it be 30 cities so she gets her 4-city profit? And before, a lot of vendors at the markets were putting 2 to 4 cities on their stuff. But if she's selling it for 16 and she went to the market to get it for 26, that person in Accra is basically getting a 10 city profit. So she was basically pleading with the public, saying that whatever happens with the government and whatever they're going to implement to try to get the economy back on track, we also have to do our part. Now, I agreed with her to an extent. And then to a different extent, I didn't agree, because she made I had said to you last week, when all of the currency goes down and the city stops depreciating, are all of these goods going to go back down? And we all said no. Exactly. However, we do know that there's certain vendors that are charging a lot more than they should.
And I believe it's illegal.
Exactly. Yeah. So what she was saying was, please, I'm killing you, you're killing me.
We're killing ourselves.
After a while, you can't blame the government, you can't blame the Forex Bureau, you can't blame the city. So she was saying, you people that bought old stock, for example, let's use the oil for example. You people that bought oil for $350, and you're supposed to be selling it for $400, and then it went to $1,002. The people that actually bought it for $1,000 and are selling it for $1,002, it makes sense. But you that actually bought your old stock for $350, why are you selling it for $1,002?
That's unfair.
And at first, I said, you know what, she's right. But then I thought about the business part of it. I don't agree with her, or not I don't agree with her. I could see why other people wouldn't agree with her, because that old stock you bought for $350 that you're supposed to be still selling for $400,
$500.
Think about it. You could end up even having a sale and people will come to you more.
And you make profit.
Faster. However, when it comes time to restock, you're restocking based on the higher price.
So you're going back to buy thousands.
So I thought about it and I said, you know what? I kind of get it. But the reason why I still agree with what she's saying is because I know deep down inside there are vendors that are charging way too much.
See, I won't lie to you.
Exactly.
I was expecting something really hard from yesterday's speech. Tackling people who are stealing.
I think they want to get there, but they don't know what the plan is right now, because
the plan.
You see how they started to arrest. They started to arrest, and I'm doing this because they only did certain areas, and I'm like, there's people doing black market selling of the city everywhere, and they want to arrest them or hold them accountable or make sure people are doing it the legal way. They said they even took away some people's licenses that have Forex Bureau offices, which is fine. I feel like they're trying to tackle that before they get to that, but I know for sure that it's been said so many times that they're going to have to address it in regards to how people are selling things in the market.
It has to be done.
Some
way, somehow.
Yeah.
You are tuning into Enjoyment Radio, music for us, by us.
We just discussed our entertainment and sports news. We also discussed a little bit about the president's address yesterday on the economy. If you have any thoughts about how that went and what you think will be happening in the next few months, please hit us up on our Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook pages. Please also don't forget, we also load the episodes on our website, which is enjoymentradio.live, and we also load them up on our YouTube page as well. For now, the big issue, which ties into what I wanted to talk about, which was earlier. So I think we'll talk about that first. But the big issue question is, what is your most annoying transport experience? So what is your most annoying transport experience? So before we get into that, Paul, on the weekend, it's funny because someone's comments so far on Twitter kind of is the same as what we're about to talk about. So over the weekend, unfortunately, there was a very unfortunate incident, I believe, at La Paz station. at the Churchill station.
Yes.
And basically, they loaded the car. They were about to get going, and then throughout their journey, I don't think they got very far, but throughout their journey, that was when the mate announced the new fares, and the fare had increased by 2 cities. So a gentleman that was a passenger in the Churchill had said, why has it increased by a whole 2 cities? Which I mean is a valid question, because in the past when it has increased, it doesn't increase by that much. So they gave him whatever answer they gave him. And another passenger who posted on Twitter posted this whole story, guys. So if you guys have not been tuning into the news, you guys can actually go onto Twitter because he posted the play-by-play videos and actually wrote what was happening. So this passenger is also in the car as well. And what happened was they started to argue. I'm assuming the mate was not satisfied with the answer. Sorry, not the mate. The passenger was not satisfied with the answer the mate gave him. So he's going on and on and on and on and on. And like in Churchills, we've seen it time and time again where people are fighting. I don't know what happened or what was said, but the driver got triggered and turned around. He was not having it. He turned around and he went back to the station. He told everyone to get off. Even when he turned around, the passenger who was complaining about the fare was still complaining. So he turns around, he gets to the station. And here is where the story I said is conflicting. So the original story that was said was when they got to the station, they asked everybody to get off of the bus. Many people got off, went to go take different cars and go about their day. However, the gentleman that was complaining about the fare being increased by a full 2 cities stayed in the car. It's not like he came out of the car and he still was complaining. He stayed in the car and he complained. And I think at that point, he was probably complaining not because the guy turned around, but because he wants to know why is it increased to a full 2 cities. Because even if he doesn't pay that price today, he's going to pay that price later on. So he wants to know. So this was getting them angry. The driver was angry. The mate was angry. So they're now both arguing with him. The first story that was said on the news, in the news reports, was that a fight broke out. And when the fight broke out, because of how the passenger was talking, other Churchill mates joined in from different cars at the station because of the things he was saying. Now, in the video and in the Twitter post, it doesn't say exactly what he was saying, but obviously something was said to trigger other people to want to get involved because already the fight is 2 against 1.
The driver and the
the driver and the mate versus the passenger. So somehow, some way, what was said was someone hit him at the back of his head and he fell down. And when he fell down, his head hit the pavement and he died. And that was what I heard on Saturday. Late last night, I saw that they're saying there's conflicting reports, and someone said, "Are you guys sure he died?" Because the driver and the mate actually put him in the car with the help of some other people and took him to the hospital. And they apparently said that he got stitched up. Everything was bandaged, and he actually came back to La Paz station and took a car to go where he needed to go. Till right now, no one actually, unless they've updated the reports this morning.
But I think
as of last night, no one knew which one's which. Because no one actually knows the passenger's name to know if he actually got home safely, or if he's still in the hospital, or if unfortunately he passed away.
But honestly, I mean, this other report coming in, I think is some form of a relief for me.
Of course, and I'm hoping that's what happened.
Because I mean, you're going out, your daily activities, and then you end up losing your life. It's not a good story at all. So I'm hoping that he's alive. And so many of these similar stories, some are funny, some not too funny. I'll share with you one of the funny ones. I mean, I don't know whether it's true, but it's also trending of a situation where an old lady joined the bus, and then I mean the fare was like 5 cedi, 70 pesos.
Okay.
And then she gave out 70 pesos to the maid, telling the maid that, look, my shorty 5 cedis. Why? As in she doesn't have 5 cedis.
Not the other way around. Not that she has the 5 cedis. Oh, auntie. Wow. All right. So over to Twitter. Someone said, just last week Friday, when all the buses are parked and we're waiting to operate the new transport fares, only one bus came and they charged the new fares, which really started an intense argument between the mate and the people. So the gentleman who posted the story about what happened over the weekend, underneath his post, obviously people were talking about he continued. And certain people were commenting on the actual issue, but other people were saying the same thing, that, this weekend I went here, I went there, and there was arguments in my car, right? But I think two people said the driver must have been very mad because
going back his fuel
to go back and tell everyone to get out. That's what pissed him off.
The driver was really angry.
That's why later on when it said that, when they said in the news story that the gentleman did not want to leave the car, I was like, I think that's where it was going to go to, because if you pissed him off that much for him to turn around, and now you don't want to leave the car. And come on, this is my car.
and you know, this happened in recent time. I think last Monday, the fares regarding the VIPs, you know, the ones that do the coaches from Accra to Kumasi and all that, they increased their fares. But some of the buses, the normal trotro didn't increase theirs until somewhere Wednesday, Thursday, where, for instance, from Circle to Tema, it used to be 11.50 or 12 cedis. Now it is 15 cedis. So you see the gap. The margin, it's like 2 or 3 cedis gap, and that's how come all these things are happening. And it's like everywhere. It's everywhere, basically.
Oh boy. Another follower on Instagram says, some of the passengers didn't want to pay the new fares. Papa driver took us back to the station when we were almost halfway through the trip.
Hey, Charlie, this guy.
No. Honestly speaking, I don't know if I'll go back because I'm thinking about the price of my fuel. You know, I'll tell you to get out right then and there.
And then
I'll calculate how much you want to pay, and then you get out right then and there, so I can collect more people. Compared to driving all the way back, emptying out my whole car, it's just a hassle.
Oh man!
My cousin sent me. Oh my gosh! My cousin sent me a post yesterday. I actually should have sent it to Nemesis so we can play it. I'm gonna see if we can actually still play it, but let me see if I can find it. This is Bolt, okay? So let's see if it'll play.
Yeah, hello? Are you the one who ordered the ride? Yes, it's me. Are you here? Yes. No, I'm on my way. Please, where are you? I'm at the mall. Mall? Which mall? Accra Mall. Accra Mall? Where? Right in front of the entrance. Oh, okay. Please, where are you going? Where am I going? Yes. But you just accepted my request. Sure. Yes. I know. I just have to make sure where you are going. Where are you going? Okay, I'm going to East Legon. East Legon, which side, please? East Legon, American House. American House. Hey, that place there, by this time, traffic. American House there, by this time, traffic. I don't know if I can go there. So, should I wait for you? No, you take another ride, okay, please. I'm not even close to where you are.
Oh, my God. My goodness.
So, I have many things to say about that. Number one. I actually do not mind when they call and they say, where are you? Because it's been known, you know, with the maps and everything, the maps are not that great here. Maybe you haven't updated your phone. That's fine. I'll actually just say to you, please, I'm at this place. Or sometimes if I'm annoyed, I'll be like, just follow the map and it'll bring you exactly where I am. Then some people will say, the reason why I was asking is because my map's not working. Then I'll direct them. The part that annoys me is,
hey, where are you?
Where are you going?
The back and
now,
forth,
the where are you going? No problem. Me, I won't even tell you the exact place. I'll tell you the area. So him saying East Legon, no problem. American House. Guys, we all know where American House is from Accra Mall. Then he said it's too far from him, the traffic. We deal with traffic in Accra every day.
I mean, so in the city, you can't dodge.
And aside from that, you're being paid for your time. Don't get me wrong. I know for Bolt and Uber drivers, the cost of the time payment is not a lot, but you're still being paid for your time. The part that made me laugh was when he said, you have to cancel. And then he said, I'm not even in the area, which is a lie because you wouldn't be able to even get the ride and accept it if you weren't in my radius. So don't say that you're not in the area.
You are tuning into Enjoyment Radio, music for us, by us.
We discussed our Man Crush Monday, which was Peter Mensah. We discussed the big issue, which was in regards to transportation. The president had his address as well, so we want to hear from you guys on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook for that. And Paul gave us some interesting December news in regards to Ghana. Ashanti will be coming over. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union are already here, as well as some other entertainment and sports news that we had. There are 20 days left to the World Cup, guys. Please. I know sometimes we get disappointed, but let's try our best to support the Black Stars, guys. At the end of the day, some countries don't even qualify. So let's think about the positive parts of it and try our best to support. So before we turn it over to DJ Nemesis, Asaka Boys, or La Mem Gang. We want to hear from you guys for the rest of the week. So we're going to play some songs from them and we're going to sign out. This is Avida Rae. I can be reached at Avida Rae on all social media platforms. We also have Paul at Paul Mensah Uncle on all social media platforms, and DJ Nemesis DJ_GH on all social media platforms. Don't forget to hit us up on our Enjoyment Radio live Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube pages. We'll see you guys on Wednesday back at 11 a.m. on Enjoyment Radio.
Bye.